저는 요가 수트라. Okay. After this is Kabbalah magic. Because someone, I am losing power, but not as bad as before. I have to do my Kabbalah rituals regularly. I mean, all the time. I have to do it all the time, or else. It's a special moon tonight. Maybe to white super moon tonight. So according to another YouTube channel, I have that moon on my screen right now. It's giving me some calm energy. Anyway, here we go. Oh man, I'm so looking forward to doing this now. I don't read as much as before. I only read twice a week. And so now I'm looking forward to it instead of dreading it. No, shalom. Here we go. Tam karebayam divibitahu upangaya pratyayom pavatyam pavapratyayashajam. A little too fuzzy. Let me just double check here. Okay, you know what? Same thing. Just make sure it's the same thing. Oh, and what I'm gonna do from today is I'm gonna read both translations. That's what I'll do. Which means I have to make sure it's got the same shloka numbers. So in that way, I don't have to struggle about, what I'm reading here, because I'll read it again here. So that should take care of a lot of problems that I've had in the past. Okay, it looks, so translation checks out, so I'm gonna read the whole thing when I'm done with the first translation. Okay. So what do I wanna do again? So yeah, let's use this for that one. Alright, Windows. Sa karebayam divibitahu upaya pratyayo pavatya pratyaya shajang. Oh, they divided over now. I'm gonna use this again. Okay. Sa karebayam divibitahu upaya pratyayo pavatya pratyaya shajam pavapratyaya shajam. Last try. No, shalom. Sa karebayam divibitahu upaya pratyayo pavapratyaya shajam pavapratyaya shajam. I'm gonna try it one more time. Absolute last try, fourth try. Sa karebayam divibitahu upaya pratyayo pavapratyaya shajam tatropanya pratyayo yoginam pavati. Second try. Tatropanya pratyayo yoginam pavati Pavaparatyayo videha prakriti layanganam. I'm gonna try that one more. Third try, last try from there. Tatropang yapratyayo yoginam pavati. Pavaparatyayo videha prakriti layanganam. From the shloka again. Pavaparatyayo videha prakriti layanganam. Videhanganam devanganam pavaparatyayaha. Pavaparatyayaha. Second try from the arrow. Videhanganam devanganam pavaparatyayaha. De hi siva samsikangarama tropa yogena chititena kaivalya pada. I just want, it's too really fuzzy. Yeah, it's not fuzzy again here. So it's a longer sentence. And it's got an alternative. It's not the end of, let me make sure. Pabanan taha vipakam tatanga jatiyakami. Okay, I could use this, but they also use this Western system to cut the words off. Anyway, okay, I'm just gonna read it from there. First try. Shalom. Te hi siva samsikang rama turopa yoganam chititena kaivalya pada mibang anupavanan taha. Is it mibang or nibang? Fuzziness. Mibang, okay. Siva samsikang rabipang kam tatang jangati yakamati bang hayananti. Second try from the air. It's not too bad. Oh, and then there's the alternative. Oh, yeah. Te hi siva samsikang rama turopa yoganam chititena kaivalya pada mibang anupavanan taha. Siva samsikang rabipang kam tatang jangati yakami tatang jangati yakamati tatang jangati yakamati bang hayananti. Last try. First version. There'll be a second version. Te hi siva samsikang ramang turupa yoganam chititena kaivalya padami bang anupavanan taha. Siva samsikang rabipang kam tatang jangati yapam tatang jangati yakamati bang hayananti. I want to try fourth try. I messed up because I got distracted, so it makes me angry a little bit. I have to say it again. Yogena, okay, that's also messing me up. Te hi siva samsikang rama turupa yogena chititena kaivalya padami bang anupavanan taha. Siva samsikang rabipang kam tatang jangati yakamati bang hayananti. Cool, okay. The second version, yo pagatena 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 pagatena. Also, it skips chitena chititena. Is that it? Pagatena chititena. Okay. Second version, first try. Te hi siva samsikang rama turopa gatenam chititena kaivalya padami bang anupavanan taha. Siva samsikang rabipang kam tatang jangati yamati bang hayananti. I got distracted again. Tatang jangati yakamati tatang jangati yakamati bang hayananti. second version, second try. Bagatena, right? They couldn't put the whole word there, just fragments of the change. Bagatena. Bagatena. Okay, here we go. Te hi siva samsikang rama turo bagatena chititena kaivalia padami banganu papanantaha siva samsikang rabipang kam tatang jangati yakamati bang hayananti tatang prakriti layang he sangatikang re jetasi prakriti linem kaivalia padami banganu pavananti kaivalia padami banganu pavananti. Should I end the sentence there? Because the what comma is not Sanskrit, so they don't divide it here. But they start at a different place, don't they? Let me see. Hold on. Oh, they're also using the comma system. Okay, sorry. How should I do this? Okay, I'm gonna do two sentences for this. Second try from the arrow. Tatang prakriti layang tatang prakriti layang he sangatikang re jetasi prakriti li ne kaivalia padami banganu pavananti yang banana punarang baltate tikang rabishang pashang chitatamiti punarang baltate tikang ra punarang baltate tikang punarang baltate ti punarang baltate tikang ra pashang. Yeah, that's I'm messing up at the Western contingency. Sorry. Punarang baltate tikang punarang baltate tikang ra pashang chitatamiti. I made it. Okay. Third try from the arrow, last try for that partial fragment, and then I hope I make it the first try, the whole thing. I don't know. Almost done. Tatang prakriti. Tatang prakriti layang he sangatikang re jatasi prakriti li ne kaivalia padami banganu pavananti yang banana punarang baltate tikang ra pashang. Sorry, I need cannabis. Oh, yeah. Fourth try from the arrow. Absolute last try. Tatang prakriti layang he sangatikang re jatasi prakriti li ne kaivalia padami banganu pavananti. Moving on. Yang banana punara baltate tikang ra pashang chitatamiti. Second try from the arrow. Yang banana punara baltate yang banana punara baltate tikang ra pashang chitatamiti. Last try from the arrow. Third try. Yang banana punara baltate tikang ra pashang chitatamiti. Not shalom. Okay, I'm moving on. I've said it enough times, so the same concentration is, as everyone knows, of two kinds. It is produced either by the means or by worldly things. Of these two, that produced by the means is the one to which yogins attain. That caused by worldly things is the one to which the discarnate attain, and to which those who are resolved into primary matter attain. The discarnate, that is, the gods, attain to that which is caused by worldly things. For insofar as their mind stuff uses only their own subliminal impressions, they experience a quasi-state of isolation and pass beyond the fruit corresponding to their own subliminal impressions ripens. I'll read that again. For insofar as their mind stuff uses only their own subliminal impressions, they experience a quasi-state of isolation and pass beyond that which the fruit corresponding to their own subliminal impressions ripens. Okay, so I'm gonna read it again, so that's more accurate, more of the original sentence rather than the added words. For insofar as their mind stuff uses only their own subliminal impressions, they experience a quasi-state of isolation and pass beyond that which the fruit corresponding to their own subliminal impressions ripens. Dude, what the hell, man? Sorry, you just added a whole sentence there. Likewise, those whose bodies are resolved into primary matter experience a quasi-state of isolation, during which the mind, with its task still undone, is resolved into primary matter. But this lasts only till the mind stuff, under the pressure of its task, returns. I'll read that again from here. Likewise, those whose bodies are resolved into primary matter experience a quasi-state of isolation, during which the mind, with its task still undone, is resolved into primary matter. But this lasts only till the mind stuff, under the pressure of its task, returns. So now I'm gonna read the other translation. That one I'm just gonna read faster. It's because the other translation is not that perfect. I have to read this one. Okay. And this is in fact of two descriptions: dependence upon the systematic process and dependence upon objective existence. There, the dependence on systematic process is the way of the yogis, and the dependence upon objective existence belongs to the Vedahas and the Prakritilayas. Dependence upon objective existence belongs to the Vedahas, the gods, because they, while experiencing a state similar to absoluteness, by the help of the mind, which is attended with its own habitual potencies alone, spend their own potential fruition suitable to that state. Similarly, the Prakritilayas experience a state similar to absoluteness by the help of the duty-bound mind merged into the intensive cause, until the mind comes back through the influence of its duties. Attended. Almost missed. Alright. Raga Veda next, thank you. To translate, yeah, it's better that way. You know, I'll read two translations, so I don't have to read an extra. I don't have to read supplied words by the translator. It's not even an author; it's a translator. It's translated it from Sanskrit and Hindi. Anyway. Raga Veda, thank you. Okay, Raga Veda, Book 5, Hymn 62. about 2/3 done with the book. There we go. It's 9 shlokas. All right. Maybe. Things strap around me all the freaking time, and I just complain about it. I'm pretty sure there are ways to prevent it, but no, I like to complain about it. I'd rather complain about it. Thank you. And that way I could say F this. I could drop the F bomb. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. You cannot hear it, probably. I hear it. Ghost in the machine. A refrigerator. That's it's a male ghost. It's not Jezebel. There are many ghosts in my room, and one of them is not holy yet. Okay, we go. Ooh, fun. No, shalom. Ratamapi hitam turubam bang surya siang yatra bimuchanan tiashivane. Second try. Ratamapi hitam turubam bang surya siang yatra bimuchanan tiashivane. Dasham shatam saham Dasatusiddhan dekam Dasatusiddhan dekam devanganam Shireshutvam Papusha Mapashyama. Second try. Dasham shatam saham Dasatusiddhan dekam devanganam Shireshutvam Papusha Mapashyama. Datasu bang mitra baruna mahitbami ilmang Dasatu shuira ha pildudu hure. Dasatu shuira ha pildudu hure. Second try. Datasu bang mitra baruna mahitbami ilmang Dasatu shuira ha pildudu hure. Dasatu shuira ha pildudu hure. Last try. Tatusu bang bitrang barune mahitva milmang Tasutu shuira hapil dudu hurem. Tasutu shuira hapil dudu hurem. Moving on. Bishubang he benambata he sebasarasiang tenang anu bang mekka he babirang baltat babaltang. Second try. Bishubang binambata he sebasarasiang tenang anu bang mekka he babirang babaltang. Atarayatam Prativi mutam diang mitrarang jangan paruna mahopiha. Second try. Atarayatam Prativi mutam diang mitrarang jangan paruna mahopiha. Baltayata Moshoti he binambatam gang avan barashertuim surajatam jiradanu You know what? I want to try that again anyway. Second try. Baltayata moshatiha binambatam gang aba parashatuim surajatam jiradanganu. Mashavang suyujum bahanantu yatarashamayam upan yanantu balbangakep. Second try. Somebody's voice is not driving. Okay, here we go. Second try. Shloka 4, first part. 9 shlokas, so almost half, about 40%. Mashavang suyujum bahanantu yatarashamaya upan yanantul babangakep. Last try. Mashavang suyujum bahanantu yatarashamaya upan yanantul babangakep. Yanantul balbangakep. Moving on. Krotasyan nilnuiganu baltate bangmopan sinentavahe paradibi kushorananti. Second try. Krotasyan nilnuiganu baltate bangmopan sinentavahe paradibi kushorananti. Anu shurutang mamatim 발타둘빔 발히리방 야주슈 라거샤망. Second try from the arrow. Shloka 5, first part. Anu shurutang mamatim 발타둘빔 발히리방 야주슈 라거샤망. Namaste banantang terda dakushwa ti kalte mitrang sangate baronuel sevanantah baronuel sevanantah. You know what? Last try on the first part. I'm just gonna go through it with her. Yeah. Anu shurutang mamatim 발타둘빔 발히리방 야주슈 라고샤망. 나마스 바는땅 트루따 다쿠슈 티 갈때 미트랑 상아테 바르누엘러 세바는따흐. 랑장낭에 구샤트라 마흐르 누이 야망낭에 사스라스투남 미프르타흐 사하드방. Second try. 랑장낭에 구샤트라 마흐르 누이 야망낭에 사스라스투남 미프르타흐 사하드방. Last try. Third try. 랑장낭에 구샤트라 마흐르 누이 야망낭에 사스라스투남 미프르타흐 사하드방. Moving on. I want to say, okay, fourth, absolute last try. Fourth try. 랑장낭에 구샤트라 마흐르 누이 야망낭에 사스라스투남 미프르타흐 사하드방. Yeah, too hard for me right now. Moving on, I said it four times. It's enough. It's more than enough. 3 is enough. I'm just OCD, that's all it is. First try, Shloka 7, first part. Hiranuyanil nuigayom asya sutunwa bi prajate divyashevajanivam padre koshatrem nimitangem tirbilne pange 사네마 마트보 아티갈티아시엄. Second try, second part, Shloka 7. Padre Kushwatere Nimitang Dilibile Bange Sanema Matubo Atigaltiasium. Iranuyaru Bambushoso Biushutwa Bayaha Sutu Namuditang Suriasium. Second try, Shloka 8. Iranuyaru Bambushoso Biushutwa Bayaha Sutu Namuditang Suriasium. I got it right the first time, huh? I gotta like myself a little more. Anyway, okay. Iranuyaru Bambushoso Biushutwa Bayaha Sutu Namuditang Suriasium. Ang Rohato Baruna Mitra Kartamasha Chashkushwa Tem Kartamata Shachkushwa Tem Aditim Titim Jam. The second try. Ang Rohato Baruna Mitra Kartamata Shachkushwa Tem Aditim Titim Jam. Last try. Rohato Baruna Mitram Kartamasa Chakoshwa Te Aditim Ditim Jam. Yadabam Hishirkam Nadibitem Sudanu Ajachidram Shalma Puvanasia Kupang. Tena no Mitram Baruna Babishirtam Sisha Sananto Jigi Bam Saha Siama. I'll say the whole thing again, not because I messed up, but because this is really cool, man. I'm sorry. Second try, last shloka. Yadamam hishirtam nangadivite sudanganu achachidram shalma puvanasya kopangem. Tena no miturang varuna babishirtam Sisha Sananto Jigi Bam Saha Siama. The last try. Yadabam Hishatam Nativite Sudanganum Achachidram Shalma Puvanasya Kopangem. Tena no Vitrang Varuna Babishatam Sisha Sananto Jigi Bam Saha Siama. No. Shalom. Okay. I think it's okay. Okay, last part, last try. Then, no, Vitrang Varuna Babishirtam Sutra Sananto Jigi Bam Saha Siama. No, Shalom. By your high law firm order is established there where they loose for travel Surya's horses. 1,000 stood together. There I looked on this the most marvelous deity's one chief glory. This Mitra Varuna is your special greatness. Floods that stood there, they with the days attracted. You caused to flow all voices of the cowpen. Your single chariot valley hath rolled hither. O Mitra Varuna, yet by your greatness both kings have firmly established. O Mitra Varuna, ye by your greatness both kings have firmly established earth and heaven. Ye caused the cows to stream, the plants to flourish, and scattering swift drops sent down the rain flood. Let your well-harnessed horses bear you hither. Hitherward let them come with reins drawn tightly. A covering cloud of sacred oil attend you, and your streams flow to us from days aforetime. To make the luster wider and more famous, guarding the sacred crest with veneration, ye Mitra Varuna, from strong, awe-inspiring, are seated on a throne amid oblations. I want to say that again. I think they misspelled that. About 80% sure they misspelled that word. To make the luster wider and more famous, guarding the sacred grass with veneration, ye Mitra Varuna, firm, strong, inspiring, are seated on a throne amid oblations. With hands that shed no blood, guarding the pious whom, Varuna, ye save amid oblations. Ye twain together, kings of willing spirit, uphold dominion based on 1,000 pillars. Adorned with gold, its columns are of iron. In heaven, it glitters like a whip for horses, or stablished on a field deep soiled and fruitful. So may we share the meat that loads your car seat. Ye mount your car, gold-hued at break of morning, and iron-pillared when the sun is setting. And from that place, O Varuna and Mitra, behold infinity and limitation. Bountiful guardians of the world, the shelter that is impenetrable. I can't say impenetrable. Sorry, I just felt some negativity. I had to get rid of something. So I have a defense system now. Some people carry Āmēn, so I just go, several times it goes away actually. Here we go, from the Ye mount your car, gold-hued at break of morning, and iron-pillared when the sun is setting. And from that place of Varuna and Mitra, behold infinity and limitation. Bountiful guardians of the world, the shelter that is impenetrable. It hurts when I say it. Impenetrable. Bountiful guardians of the world, the shelter that is impenetrable. Bountiful guardians of the world, the shelter that is impenetrable, strongest, flawless, aid us with that, O Varuna and Mitra, and when we long to win, may we be victors. Okay. Upanishad next, thank you. I enjoy reading Sanskrit translation, not so much. I did the Upanishad, 5th Anuvantyam. Okay, not to find this. Okay. So it ends here. Okay, it's just one shloka, but it's made up of many little sentences. Alright, here we go. No, shalom. Vichinyam Yajinyam Janutem Kaimanui Danutapicham Vichinyam Depang Saivem Brahma Jeshatumupang Satem Vichinyam Brahma Jedivedam Dasama Jechanana Brahma Dyati Dasama Jechanana Brahma Dyati Charirem Mahapamano Hitibang Salvanan Kamana Samashunuta Iti Tasya isha eva sharira atman yah purvasyam tasma devang etasma devijan namayat. Once more. Tasma devang etasma devijan namayat. Anyonantara atma nanandamayah tenaisha purnah sampang esha purushavita evam tasyam purushavitatam. Once more, I got distracted. Tasyam purushavitatam anambayam purushavitah tasyam puriyameva shirah mudon takushvinah pakushvah paramudam udutarah pakushvah. Once more, something was in my throat that time. Paramudam udutarah pakushvah ananda tamam brahmam puchacham prateshutva. My throat is acting weird. Take that, throat. No, shalom. Brahman puchacham prateshutva. Okay, well, last try. Brahma puchacham prateshutva. Tadatyeshvam shlokom bhavati. No, shalom. Iti panchamonubang. Iti panchamo. I can't say. Iti panchamonubang kah. Panchamonubang kah. This is not technically Sanskrit, so it's harder for me to say it. Yeah, that's one thing about me. Especially since my injuries, I could read Sanskrit, but I cannot read anything other than Sanskrit. Like, this is not technically Sanskrit, is not included in the original copy. It's it just says thus ends the fifth Nupaka. Iti panchamonubangkah. Yeah, it's a human sentence. These are not human sentences. No, shalom. Okay. Puvang, Suvar. Verily, these are the three utterances. And beside these two, Mahatamasya made known a fourth, namely Mahas, greatness. That is Brahma, that is the body. Other divinities are the limbs. Pur, verily, is this world. Puvas, the atmosphere. Suvar, the world. Mahas, the sun. Verily, all worlds are made greater by the sun. Pur, verily, is Agni, fire. Puvas, Vayu, wind. Suvar, Aditya, sun. Mahas, the moon. Verily, all lights are made greater by the moon. Pur, verily, is the Rug verses. Puvas, the Āmēn chant. Suvar, the Yajus formulas. Mahas, secret knowledge. Verily, all the Vedas are made greater by secret knowledge. Okay, I see what's going on. Okay. So there's some, they're building something downstairs. I'm taking a little break to just put that into my thought process. I just don't like getting startled, What should I do? I'll try to just get through it for now. Here we go. Pur, verily, is the Rug verses. Puvas, the Āmēn chants. Suvai, the Yaju's formulas. Mahas, sacred knowledge. Verily, all the Vedas are made greater by sacred knowledge. Pur, verily, is the in-breath. Puvas, the out-breath. Suvar, the diffused breath. Mahas, food. Verily, all the vital breaths are made greater by food. Verily, these four are fourfold. The utterances are 4 and 4. He who knows these knows Brahman. To him, all the gods bring strength. Okay. Give me 2 minutes. I'm just gonna grab my gin and tonic. I'm getting sober again. I don't want to get too sober. If I get too sober, I might not get through this. Yep. These are the choices I make in real life, in the real world. Anyway, half a minute. Thank you. I just took a sip and put it back in the fridge. And it's like, I take it like medicine, 3 tablespoons. That's a sip, right? I hope. Okay, next and last is Mahabharata. It's one of the easiest things for me to read for some reason. I'm starting to realize that of all the Vedic literatures that I read, the easiest for me is Ramayana and Mahabharata. I don't know why that is, but so every time I do Mahabharata, I look forward to it, and I've just consciously realized that I really like Mahabharata. Okay, chapter 83. I'm gonna go to 84. It's really short. And you see that semicolon there? And I'm starting to realize that the reason why they did that is because the original text had 2 different lines. And instead of putting them in 2 lines, they put a semicolon, because they believed that they belonged in the same sentence, if you will. So this is 1 sentence, and it was in 2 lines, so they put a semicolon. So, for example, this is a perfect example, actually. So the original text, was in 2 lines. I mean, they have probably many different original texts. Anyway, Rajanan Guru Hanan Parityajian, that was the original word. But because it was in 2 lines, it became Raja and Guru Hanan Parityajian, which sounds kind of funny. Anyway, yeah, if you know Sanskrit and not laughing, we might make it to heaven. Anyway, yeah. So the original word, it was 90. I'm 90+% sure it was Rajanan Guru Hanan Parityajian. When the scholars found it, they saw it in 2 lines. They put a semicolon, and it's like, we'll let you decide. What do you think? This is 1 word. It can. If you know Sanskrit as well as I do, and if you're laughing at that word, hey man, we might make it to heaven. If you laughed at it, if you're cursing at me because of it, I am so sorry. Anyway, not my mistake, this is. I'll say no more. Don't worry. Like, oh no. Is gonna get Sanskrit banned in America? Okay. Well, yeah, if I did this in China, I would have been public executor and probably would have, you know, Vladimir me, impaled me. I'm sorry. As I wasn't impaling, like, it's the swamp. All right. Last reading. Sorry about the delay. Oh yeah, I should fix the title while the cannabis is heating up. Nicely heating up. I should take that now actually before it goes back down. Chapter 83 and probably most likely 88. Oh, I should double check that to see if it's parallel. Alright, so okay, yeah, it matches up. Cool. Here we go. 샬롬. 인들은 우봉점 살방하노이 깔마하노이 사마비암 랑자는 그러하는 파리티아지양 만암 가토시. I'll say that again. It's a pretty sentence. And I'm gonna bring more gin and juice because that construction work is probably gonna be ongoing until I finish. So I'll just drink gin and tonic to counter that effect. Just give me 42 seconds. I'll just bring the whole thing now. I was just gonna take sips and sips, but now it seems like the construction is ongoing. Okay, maybe I'm having too much fun and somebody's jealous. That's the real welcome to the real world. Okay, last reading, 13 shlokas, long shlokas. It's almost, I wouldn't say twice as long. %50 longer. Okay, here we go. No, shalom. 이는들은 우방참 살방하노이 깔망하노이 사마비암 랑하자는 그러하는 파리티아지양 바남 가토시 따뜻방암 프로조창함이 나호샤시양 부트라케나시 두리아스 다파상 야양템 부트라 부트라케나시 okay, second try 따뜻방암 프로조창함이 프로조창함이 나호샤시양 부트라케나시 두리아스 다파상 야양템 야양티루방점 나 one second. Here we go. Na ham devamanu shuyashu na 가는 탈바마 하이 슈이슈 가는 탈바마 하이 슈이슈 second try 나함 탈바마 노 슈이슈 나 가는 탈바마 하이 슈이슈 가는 탈바마 하이 슈이슈 last try 나함 탈바마 노 슈이슈 나 가는 탈바마 하이 슈이슈 Atmanasa tapasam tuliyam kanchita pashyami pasavam. Inandra uvancham. Yadang pamasit pamam sitam yadang pamasit yadang pamam sitam pamam yadang pamam sitam yadang pamam sitam her saduro shah shreya sashitam ma pi yasashitam viditang prabha ma pi yasam ma pi yasashitam viditama ma pi yasashitam vidita prabha. So this is one example. If they found it in 2 lines, they put a semicolon, which is anyway. So this is 2 words. That's 1 word, and this is 2 words. Over here in the first, that's 1 word divided by that semicolon. So that's what I have to deal with when I see these texts. I cannot always tell yet. Okay, here we go. Second try, Shloka 3, first part. Yada pamam sita sadura shah shreya sashitam piya sashitam viditama piya sashitam vidita prabha. Okay, last try. Yada pamam sit time. Yada pamam sit time. Yada pamam sit time. Yada pamam sit time. Something's preventing me from saying that. I don't like it. That's all there is to it. Yada pamam sit time. Yada pamam sit time. Yada pamam yada pamam sita sadar shah shreya sashitam pam sam yada pamam sita sadar shah shreya sashitam pam piya sashitam vidita prabha tasamara lokam ananta pananta sitabamem kushwinwem. Okay, so this is 1 word. Ananta vananta sitama bemem ananta vananta sitama bekushwi noem punoem patitan siandian lanjana kushwi no. I mean, it could be 2 words actually. Ananta vananta sitama bemem ananta vananta sitama kushwi noem punoem. Yeah, you know what? It's 2 words. Okay, second try. Tasamada lokam ananta pananta sitabamem kushwi noem punoem patitan siandian lanjana. Last try. Tasamada lokam ananta pananta sitabamem tasamada lokam ananta pananta sitabamem kushwi noem punoem patitan siandian lanjana. yang tiruvangcham surai shui ganan surai shui ganan taiba narang abamang nang ke na te kushwayam. And this is one example. This is one word, definitely 90% sure plus. Na te kushwayam surai shui ganan taiba narang abamang na te kushwayam katang me yadi shakra lokang he. Okay, last try, second try. Surai shui ganan taiba narang abamang na te kushwayam katang me yadi shakra lokang he. Echechayam pai sura lokang de vihina he. Sura lokang de vihina he satam matia patitum devarangajam. Okay, second try. It's 13 shlokas long, I'm about 1/3 done. Echechayam pai sura lokang de vihina he satam matia patitum devarangajam. Inandaran ubangcham. Chat satang sakang shan patitang si rang jamshi jiuta he parateshutam yatana labatan si pu yahu. Okay, so this is one word. Rang jamshi jiuta he. The second try from the satang sakang shan patitang si rang jamshi jiuta he parateshutam yatara labatan si pu yahu. Evam biditu bang tu bonaria yang te na devamania he sadro shah shreya sashujam. Second try. Fifth shlokam. Second part. No, shalom. After this is the sun went down. What is that? Sabbath Kabbalah ritual. I have to do that right away. Right after this, especially with this stuff. Anyway, evam biditu bang tu bonaria yang te na devamania he sadro shah shreya sashujam. Bonaria yatenam. You know, I'm gonna do a second version because I'm gonna assume that this is one word. Yeah, 50-50. Evam biditu bang tu bonaria yang tenam tenavang tenamang devamang yang he sadro shah shreya sashujam. Last try on the second version. That felt better, so maybe this may be one word. Evam biditu bang tu bonaria yang tenam devamang yang he sadro shah shreya sashujam. Okay. How do I deal with this? Yeah, this is one, and they misspelled the whole thing. So in cases like that, I go to the Sanskrit text. It's in IAST right now. It's the original script. So Devanagari. Okay, is that better? If it's better, I'll use that. This is the original computer digital text. No, it's not any better. It's actually the same thing. Okay. So I'm just gonna find 83, wasn't it? 83. Here we go. So that it's only 13 shloka. Thank God, it's really short. Shloka 6. So on the second word of that shloka, they just messed up the whole thing. That's why I'm using this 6th right here. And at least they spelled it correctly here, but it's broken up into two words. So what do? What I do is make this as large as possible. Oh, did I lose it now? Whoosh! Look at that! Wow, they couldn't have done that for me. I have to do this manually. Did I just rhyme? Okay, yep, this is it. So I'll have to read from here because they, if you look at that right there, they just messed it up. They just want to look at it, pretty much. All right, here we go. First try, Shloka 6, first part. Tataha Prahaya Marara Jaju Shudvanan Punuya Murulokana Patamanam Prahaya Marara Jaju Shudvana Punuya Murulokana Patamanan Manam Prahaya Marara Jaju Shudvana Punuya Murulokana Patamanam Yayatima. Not too bad. Second try from the arrow. Tataha Prahaya Marara Jatushutana Punuya Marulokana Patamanam Yayatima. Last try. Tataha Prahaya Marara Jatushutana Punuya Marulokana Patamanam Yayatima. Moving on. Samprakushwaya Raja Shri Varoshita Kasata Muvancham. So this is another instance. It's one word. Can it be two words? Raja Shri Varoshita Kasata Muvancham. I'll have to do two versions. First version, one word. First try. Samprakushwaya Raja Shri Varoshita Kasata Muvancham Sadathamavitana Goputangim. Second try, first version. Shloka 6, second part. Samprakushwaya Raja Shri Varoshita Kasata Muvancham Sadathamavitana Goputangim. Okay, now I'm going to divide that into two words. Second version, first try. Samprakushwayam Raja Shri Varoshita Kasata Muvancha Sadathamavitana Goputangam Kasatavam Yuvangam Vasavatuliaru Paha Sitanam Sivateja Sangam Deepyamano Yataganiha. Second try, Shloka 7, first part. Kasatavame Yuvangam Pasavatuliaru Paha Sivateja Sangam Deepyamano Yataganiha. Matasiudil Nuam Buddharan Takara Takata Kecharanam. So it's another instance. This is one word. Patasiudil Nuam Buddharan Takara Takata Kecharanam Bravaro Yataikaha. Second try, Shloka 7, second part. Patasiudil nama butarana takangara the kata kecharanum ke. Patasiudil nama butarana takangara the kata kecharanum parabaro yatai kahu. Terushatubung, Jantubung, Surya Patata Patanantam, Vaishivanarai Kadyuti Maprabet Meyama, Vaishivanarai Kadyuti Maparameyama, Vaishivanarai Kadyuti Maparameyama. Second try, Shloka 8, first part. Terushatubung, Jantubung, Surya Patata Patanantam, Vaishivanarai Kadyuti Maparameyama, Vaishivanarai Kadyuti Maparameyama, Vaishivanarai Kadyuti Maparameyama. Last try, third try. Shloka 8. Drushatuvang Chantuvang Surya Patata Patanantam, Vaishivanarai Kadyuti Maparameyama. Vaishivanarai Kadyuti Maparameyama. Moving on. Kim nu Sividatata Patatiti Sividatata Patatiti Saivem Pitakayanantaha Parimohitang Samaha. Second try. Kim nu Sividatata Patatiti Saivem Pitakayanantaha Parimohitang Samaha. Last try. Third try. Kim nu Sividatata Patatiti Saivem Pitakayanantaha Parimohitang Samaha. Drushatubang Chantubang Bishatwitam Devamage Shakaraka Vishnu Prati Maprapabama Shakaraka Vishnu Prati Maprapabama. Devamage Shakaraka. Yeah, it's 2 words. I believe this is 2 words. Second try, Shloka 9. Drushatubang Chantubang Bishatwitam Devamage Shakaraka Vishnu Prati Maprapabama. Apyudagata Setavang Payamadia Saive Tatavam Pangate Tava Jijinya Samana Saive Tatavam. I'm gonna lean towards this being 2 words. I'm gonna choose my own path. Oh well. Okay, second try, Shloka 9, second part. Apyudagata Setavang Payamadia Saive Tatavam Pangate Tava Jijinya Samana Nung Changpi Tuvang Trashanumaha Brashatumagreha. I thought I mistook that for her. Brashatumagre Chang Brashatumagre Chang Devamasamana Brachachang Devamasamana Brachachasi Payam Samaha. Okay, I think this is 2 words in this case. Yeah. Second try, Shloka 10, almost done. 4 more to go. No, Jangapi Devang Trashanumaha Brashatumagre no Jam Devamasamana Brachachasi Payam Samaha. Can I say it one more time, please? Last try. I don't have to do this try, but this is my fire tonight. This is my mind crap. Yeah, sorry. I have no wife. Not Jangapi. That sounded really self-deprecating. I need to recover from that. No, shalom. No, jang pi de wang tersher no mahe parashuto magre no jang de vamasamana proju chasi ya payam samahe tata de wang proju. The ghost went off. There's a ghost in my refrigerator. I call it the ghost in the machine because it sounds cool. It sounds a lot cooler than, hey, you know, ghost in the fridge. Ghost in the machine. Tata tevang purchachamaha sapurahanui yarupam kasya tevam bang kimnimitetam tevamangang. Second try. We're almost there. Freedom. Freedom. As Mel Gibson, Mr. Mel Gibson would say, freedom. Almost there. Tatatiwam Purchachamaha Sapura Hanui Yaru Pam Kasian Tevam Bang Kimnimitatam Tevamangang. Last try. Tatatiwam Purchachamaha Sapura Hanui Yaru Pam Kasian Tevam Bang Kimnimitatam Tevamangang. Payam tu te pietu bisha da mohao dia jang shu. So this is a different case now. This is one word. The original word was bisha da mohao dia jang shu. Scholars found it in 2 lines and they decided to put a Western thing there. I forgot what it's called and I'd rather forget. What was that again? I don't care. Period. Anyway, so you know, if a normal scholar saw this, they'll probably say Visha da Mohao Dia Jangashu, but they won't even say Visha, they'll just say Vishada. So they'll be wrong altogether anyway. Alright, I'm done arguing with myself now. For a while, I was, wondering how scholars would respond to this, and I just realized that they don't know anything anyway. So what do I care? You have to start from scratch. Anyway, here we go. Shloka 11, first part, first try. Payam tu dem pietu bisha damo hao diajang shu debenendra samana rupam. Devang Baltamanganam hi satang sakang nalam parasotam parasotum balaha pi shakrahu. Okay, so this is, I have to figure this out. Sakang nalam satang sakang nalam sakang nalam. I think this is 2 words. Okay. Second try. Almost there. Just 2 shlokas away. Devang Baltamanganam hi satang sakang nalam prasotum balaha pi shakraha. Sanantaha parteshutva hi sukhachiutang nam satang sadaiva mararang jakaripim. Sangangatang he Sita Vara Jaganga Meshang he Paratishu Tweetasitavam Sadura Sheshu Satosu Prapuragani he, so that was 12. Shloka 12, second try. Oh, what a lovely shloka. Almost done. Sanantaha Pratishu Sanantaha Pratishutva hi sukhachiutang nang satang sadaibang mararang jakaripang. Sukham. I'm gonna, okay, last try. Sanantaha pratishutva hi sukhachiutang nang satang Sadaivang Mararanga Jakaripim. I want to try it again. Fourth try, the absolute last try, because if you do more than that, things start hurting inside of me, especially. Anyway, 사는 no, shalom, almost done. 사는 따흐, okay. Akabadu. I just sense some energy. I just play with the energy now. Before I was dreading these energies, now I just play with them. Almost done. Okay, cool. I got rid of half of it. That's it. 사는 따흐 파라테슈프 히 수카치우땅 낭메 사땅메 사다이바 마라랑 자카르반 댐 상근가땅흐 스탕 바라장가 메샹흐 파라테슈 트위타스드밤 사드르 셰슈 사토수 파라푸라그니흐 파라타파넴 Pratapane Pumirang Papane Prapuha. Okay, I'm gonna start from the arrow here. Then Sangungatang Sutta Barajanga Meshang Pratish Tui Tasitavam Sadra Shashu Satasu. Last try on that. Then Sangungatang Sutta Barajanga Meshang Pratish Tweetasatam Sadra Shashu Satasu Prapuragniha Pratapanem Pumirang Papanem Prapuha Suryaha Prakang Shitava Satangem Jang Pian Gataha Prapuha. The second try on Shloka 13. Extra for me. I did it correctly. Prapuragniha Pratapanem Pumira Papanem Prapuha Suryaha Prakang Shitava Satangem Jang Pia Gataha Prapuha. I want to do it again. Last shloka, last try. I did it correctly twice already. Why am I doing it again? I have nothing better to do. Prapuragniha Pratang. So that's, my brain just goes, what is that thing? Prapuragniha Pratapanem Pumira Papane Prapuha Suryaha Prakang Shitava Satangem Jang Pian Gataha Prapuha. No, shalom. Okay, done. Vaishampanyana. Oh, by the way, Sanskrit recitation reading is over. I'm just reading the translation. So if you just came to listen to Aryan Sanskrit, I am not reading any more Sanskrit until next time, which is Tuesday. Yeah, okay. It's next Tuesday. Today's Friday. It's about 4 days away or something like that. I can't count. Sorry. Here we go. No, shalom. Vaishampanyana said, after this, Inandra again asked Yayati, thou hast retired into the woods, O king, after accomplishing all thy duties. O Yayati, son of Nahusha, I would ask thee, with whom art thou equal in ascetic austerities? Yayati then answered, O Vangasava, I do not in ascetic austerities behold my equal among men, the celestials, the Ganantaivas, and the great Brahshuis. Inandra then said, O monarch, because thou dost disregard those that are thy superiors, thy equals, and even thy inferiors, without in fact knowing their real merits, therefore thy virtues have suffered a diminution, and thou must fall from heaven. Yayati then said, O Chakram, if, indeed, my virtues have really sustained a diminution, and I must on that account fall down from heaven, I desire, O Chief of the Celestials, that I may at least fall among the virtuous and the honest. Inandara then replied, Yes, O King, thou shalt fall among those that are virtuous and wise, and thou shalt acquire, I am so sorry. Inandara then replied, Yes, O King, thou shalt fall among those that are virtuous and wise, and thou shalt acquire also much renown. And after this, after this experience of thine, O Yayati, nevermore disregard those that are thy superiors or even thy equals. Vaishampayana continued. Upon this, Yayati fell from the region of the celestials. And as he was falling, he was beheld by the foremost of royal sages, Ashurgam, the protector of his own religion. They didn't provide me with the Sanskrit spelling. I'm not gonna. I don't know how to pronounce that in the original because they didn't give me anything. And Ashurgam, beholding him, inquired, Who art thou, O youth, of beauty equal to that of Inandra himself, in splendor blazing as the fire, thus falling from high? Art thou that foremost of sky-ranging bodies, the sun, emerging from dark masses of clouds? Indeed, beholding thee falling from the solar course, possessed of immeasurable energy and the splendor of fire or the sun, every one is exorcised as to what it is that is so falling, and is, besides, deprived of consciousness. Beholding thee in the path of the celestials, possessed of energy like that of either Chakra, Surya, or Vishnu, we have approached thee to ascertain the truth. If thou hadst first asked us to who we are, we would never have been guilty of the incivility of asking thee first. I'm going to read that again. Incivility. Almost done. Yeah, I mean, where am I? Here. If thou hast first asked us to who we are, we would never have been guilty of the incivility of asking thee first. We now ask thee who thou art, and who dost thou approach hither? Let thy fears be dispelled. Let thy woes and afflictions cease. Thou art now in the presence of the virtuous and the wise, even Chakra himself. The slayer of Balaam cannot here do thee an injury. O thou of the prowess of the chief of the celestials, the wise and the virtuous are the support of their brethren in grief. Here there are none but the wise and virtuous like thee assembled together. Therefore stay thou here in peace. Fire alone hath power to give heat. The earth alone hath power to infuse life into the seed. The sun alone hath power to illuminate everything. So the guest alone hath power to command the virtuous and the wise. They spell the guest wrong. So the guest alone hath power to command the virtuous and the wise. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm done. I'm not gonna email them. I have no time. Hey, I'm done. I'm just making a note so I don't get lost the next time I do this. Page 99. Alright, cool. No, shalom. Kabbalah ritual right away because I'm losing power as I'm talking, and I've been losing power for the last an hour and a half. and this is a result that you'll see. But it'll be fixed with the Kabbalah ritual, Sabbath Kabbalah magic. Thank you. Shalom. So Kabbalah ritual within the next 10 minutes, because I just need to do my in-between oblations. Okay. Have a good night. Shabbat Shalom. Wait. Not Shabbat Shalom.